number of games this year where you've played pretty well in this building and haven't gotten the results. Tonight you had the process and finally did get the results. How important is it to have a night like that for these guys to see kind of the progress?
Well, I just think, it certainly reinforces the game we're trying to play when you have success. And so, I thought the guys played hard all night. I thought we competed hard against a really good team. So, given the fact that the way the third period went, I felt like we were controlling play there pretty well in the third. We had a couple of really good looks. We hit the post, and right before they come down and score. And so, given the fact that it's been a bit of a struggle to find wins here in this building, that could have affected the group in a negative way. And I give the players a lot of credit because I think there was a certain determination in their mindset tonight that wasn't gonna beat us. And I love the response and just the stick-to-itiveness to continue to push and look for that next goal. Obviously we get a great 6-on-5 goal. It's just good play by everybody involved. And then the overtime winner, the same thing. So I'm happy for the players because obviously they care a lot about winning, but they care in particular a lot about winning at home. And so I couldn't be happier for the guys. I think they worked hard and I think they earned it.
Mike, you had 41 shots tonight that went on net. I think you had over 70 attempts. Was that part of the reset that maybe you guys went through over the last few days after that game on Saturday to just keep putting the puck there?
Yeah, I think it's not that we're trying to become this high shot volume team and just shoot from everywhere. I don't think that's what we're trying to accomplish. Having said that, I think we want to create a hybrid game where we have an opportunity and we have some players, I think, that are going to be more selective with when they put the puck at the net. They might look for a higher quality look, and we certainly don't want to discourage our elite players from doing that. That they act on their instincts, and we don't want to get in the way of their instincts. There's another element to the game where we can manufacture offense by putting more pucks in play and creating broken plays and making it hard on our opponents and forcing them to have to defend the scoring area. And so we're looking for the balance between the two, where we allow our star players in particular the latitude to act on their instincts, but also there's another game out there that I think we're capable of manufacturing offense off the shot, creating off the shot, and we're trying to encourage our guys, given the fact that in particular that it's been a little bit of a struggle to score at home. There's no better way I think to break coverage down than a shot on goal. It's hard to defend that next play. And so I think that was part of the conversation that we've had most recently, and certainly they took it to heart tonight.
Are you surprised by the offense you've gotten out of Gavrikov, particularly over the last month?
Well, I don't know that we thought 20-something games in he'd have 5 goals, but certainly we felt like he's a guy that, obviously his core competency is his ability to defend. He's hard to play against. He's one of the better defending defensemen we think in the league. Having said that, we believe he has the ability to help our offense, whether it be with outlet passes or joining the rush or being active off the offensive blue line. I won't lie, I'm surprised with how effective he's been just with his instincts. In particular, the way he jumps off the offensive blue line, I think he's done a really good job for us there. And he's created a lot just with how he's active off the blue line. In particular, when he goes into the high slot, he creates that high slot tip, or he gets a rebound opportunity when he gets in that area of the rink. And he's really good at the timing of when he jumps. And I think that's an instinct. It's hard to teach that. And he certainly has shown that in this first part of the season.
Kind of going off of that, just how much faith do you have in him to step up here with Adam Fox out?
Well, we have a lot of faith in him. Obviously, we think he's a very good defenseman. We thought he was a good defenseman when we signed him, and he's been everything we had hoped he'd be, and then some. And so he defends hard. We rely on him in so many situations. You know, he's, you know, as we just mentioned, he's helped us on the offensive side maybe a little bit more than we had expected, which is great. So I'm sure he's feeling it a little bit himself. You know, he's confident, and you know, he's really the way he's jumping off that offensive blue line is certainly instinctive. And I think confidence helps with respect to that, and I think he's feeling pretty confident right now.
How important was this also for JT? You know, he's been a guy who's beaten himself up a little bit when things haven't gotten well, and obviously it's a bad bounce in that second goal for Dallas, but to come back and boost up your captain, how important is that for him?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's huge. You know, it's a tough puck that he gets in the high ice. You know, and obviously that's a tough situation, and you know, JT's he's a heart and soul guy. I know the guys, you know, I know how the players, his teammates, feel about him, and so I think, you know, a sign of a good team, or a team in a true sense of the word, is when you rally around your teammates. As I said, I really like the response after we get scored against. You know, we didn't sink. That you know, you get the feeling behind the bench. You can tell when those types of moments affect a team, either in a negative way or the opposite, and you can feel it when you're on the bench. And the feeling I got tonight was that, you know, that the response was the right one, that, you know, to answer and just, you know, drop the puck and play, and let's keep going at these guys, and let's try to dig in here and find a way to, you know, to get that tying goal. I give the players a lot of credit. I thought they played hard to that response.
Last one. The power play didn't score a goal, obviously, but the last 4 minutes there that you had, they moved around pretty good and it looked good. What did you see? Did you feel like they grew into it, or you know, how'd you see the power play?
Yeah, I thought they got better as the game went on. They haven't had a lot of reps in some of the positions they're in. Obviously, without Foxy up there, it's a very different look. You know, we're asking guys to do things that maybe isn't in their comfort zone. We know they're capable, but I think they'll get better in time when they get repetitions at it. You know, they're all talented guys. They're all very capable guys. I just think we've got to get some more reps at it so that they're more comfortable in the spots. You know, in particular, the biggest one is Brett up top. You know, that's not an easy situation we're putting him in, but we know he's very capable. He has elite talent. He has elite vision. You know, he has the ability to distribute pucks up there, and he's very good at finding ways to get pucks through from up top, which is an important attribute when you play in that position. So I think in time, you know, I felt like when we had the power play going pretty good here, the last 10 or 12 games, it's been one of the better power plays in the league. And you know, obviously losing Foxy he's a huge part of that. So there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment to us finding our way here. I'm not surprised with the way it went. I did think as it went on, I thought we got better, and I think we'll continue to get better moving forward.